This page is the vibrant cover of Saturn Fan Magazine, showcasing some highly anticipated titles. Featured prominently is the fighting game Last Bronx, highlighting a complete move list ahead of its release. The cover also features Classmates 2, Dokusei 2, with a substantial 15-page strategy guide, warning readers about spoilers as it covers the game up to the final day. Super Robot Wars F is also a major focus, boasting a report based on a sample room, touted as the fastest trial report available. The artwork displays female characters, likely representing characters from Last Bronx and Classmates 2. Other games mentioned on the side include Desire, Princess Crown, Evangelion, and Kindaichi Case Files, suggesting features or reviews within. The cover notes the issue is from August 8, 1997. This page is a feature spread dedicated to the Sega Saturn release of Last Bronx, the weapon-based 3D fighting game. It prominently displays dynamic artwork of the game's characters, including the lead fighter Yusaku Kudo, set against a gritty urban backdrop mirroring the game's setting. Gameplay screenshots are included, showing off the intense one-on-one combat. The text declares, "Weapon fighting now entering the final stage," and poses the question, the ultimate game? Promising players the real deal. Key details for the Sega Saturn version are confirmed, including the release date of August 1st and the price of 6,800 yen. The page also contains important news beyond the main feature, announcing the release of the Last Bronx theme song CD and, significantly, promoting a free trial version of the highly anticipated RPG Grandia, available from July 27th. There is also information about a cool pad promotion for those purchasing a Sega Saturn console. This page is a two-page spread dedicated to the Samurai Showdown series on the Sega Saturn, highlighting two different game genres. The left page focuses on the recently released RPG, True Story, Samurai Showdown Bushido Retsuden. It features a compelling live-action image of a samurai, and showcases the game's turn-based combat and world map exploration through screenshots. The text introduces this new samurai RPG, where players step into the role of a samurai. The right page promotes the upcoming fighting game, Samurai Showdown IV, Amakusa's Revenge. This side is visually distinct, featuring vibrant anime artwork of key characters such as Haomaru, Nakoru, and the titular villain, Amakusa. The page dramatically announces, "The time of resurrection has come," signaling Amakusa's return and confirming the game's focus on this iconic antagonist. While no gameplay screenshots are shown, it clearly positions itself as the next major fighting installment, scheduled for an October 2nd release on the console. The spread effectively contrasts the RPG and fighting game experiences offered by the franchise on the Sega Saturn. This page announces the shocking debut of Tactical Fighter, a fighting game featuring beautiful girls. The spread highlights the game's protagonist, Hitomi, who enters the world of martial arts to find her missing father. The game is described as a unique blend of a training simulation game with a command-based fighting system, featuring a dramatic story brought to life by a luxurious voice cast. Screenshots show both character dialogue scenes and 2D fighting gameplay. Developed by Media Rings, Tactical Fighter was scheduled for release in late September 1997 on the Sega Saturn at a standard price of 6,800 yen. This page presents information on the horror-adventure game, The Literary Fragment. The artwork displays several main characters, including the central figure, Akika Kashiwagi, a young woman with large expressive eyes, along with other key figures like Kusanagi and Satoshi Ryozaki, set against a dark, atmospheric background. The game is classified as a perspective modern horror adventure, and its narrative centers on lost memories and a new nightmare. Character profiles provide brief details, such as Akika Kashiwagi's age, 20, and her background as an orphan taken in by Ryozaki, Kusanagi's role as a former counselor, and Satoshi Ryozaki's tragic past involving the loss of his lover. Smaller portraits showcase a variety of other characters encountered in the game. The Literary Fragment was slated for release on August 8th, priced at 6,300 yen. This page features Side Pocket 3, showcasing the 3D polygon billiard game with character artwork and screenshots highlighting modes like the trick editor. The game was recently released for 5,800 yen. The rest of the page serves as the magazine's table of contents for the August 8, 1997 issue, number 15. It previews upcoming titles such as E.Tude and Wizards Harmony 2, provides features on games like Super Robot Wars F and delves into strategies for popular titles like Resident Evil and tactic guides for the King of Fighters 97. The issue focuses on Last Bronx for its cover and technical manual section. This page features a special report on Super Robot Wars Faye, highlighting details discovered from a sample room of the game. The magazine expresses excitement over obtaining the room and promises to unveil mysteries and clarify aspects not visible in previous screens. The page showcases the game's logo alongside classic mecha art, likely Mazinger Z, emphasizing its status as a major title. Screenshots display battle and menu interfaces, confirming the inclusion of popular units like the Marasai and Wing Gundam. Character portraits visible in dialogue scenes include Amuro Rei, Ryu Jose, Mondo Agake, and Mashimre Cello, signaling participation from various Gundam series. A section delves into the game's prologue story, building upon previous Super Robot Wars events like the Inspector Incident and the Legius Incident, detailing the conflict between Spaceoids, DC Remnants, Titans, and the player's forces like Londo Bell. A significant focus is placed on the Ideon Gauge, a new mechanic for the powerful Ideon unit. The article explains how this gauge increases the power of Ideon's devastating attacks, such as the Ideon Gun and Ideon Sword, capable of immense destruction. The feature positions Super Robot Wars Fine as potentially the best in the series yet, with the game currently reported at 80% completion for its planned August 29th release at 6,800 yen. This page dives deeper into Super Robot Wars Fine, focusing on system enhancements and character presentations. The game features a powered-up system, with improvements noted in the intermission menu for smoother gameplay. New spirit commands are introduced, including Effort, which doubles experience points, and Fortune, which doubles both experience and funds gained from battles. There's also a mention of a new Initiative command discovered in the sample room, though its effect is unclear. A notable visual upgrade is the change in character expressions during intermission scenes, adding more personality to dialogue. Examples are shown for characters like Amuro Rei and Judao Ashita. The magazine also confirms voice acting for the original characters in battle scenes, praising how it enhances their charm and personality based on the sample room. Screenshots highlight some battle dialogue examples with character portraits. New units and characters joining the roster are revealed, including familiar faces like F.A. Yunari, Segusa, and Mondo Agake from the Gundam universe, along with units like the GM2. The article also introduces Grace Uriusen, one of the original characters, showcasing her portrait and unit stats. Her voice acting and personality are highlighted as particularly strong points. The page features prominent artwork of Grace, asking, have I really changed that much? Super Robot Wars F's real robot side begins 4 months after the Inspector incident, with the Lond Bell team returning to Luna 2 and facing DC Remnants. The Getter team joins them. Chapter 2 sees Lond Bell intercepting a strange communication, leading them to aid Daba Myrode against a Poseidal army in Londinian. Chapter 3 involves an Asos from Shangri-La attacked by Poseidal forces, where Judao Ashita battles. A surprising turn occurs when a Gundam-like unit, piloted by the enemy Nina Purpleton, confronts Lond Bell. Screenshots showcase key characters and events. The next page dives deeper into the Super Robot Wars Friel Robot route, focusing on Chapter 4 titled, Ruthless Terrorist. The Lond Bell team heads to Jaburo, but is surrounded by a DC force, led by Mashimre Cello. Adding to the chows, Hiro Yui in the Wing Gundam reappears in Shangri-La and attacks Lond Bell. Screenshots show dialogue scenes featuring Hiro and Mashimar, highlighting this unexpected confrontation. The page features Hiro, Wing Gundam, Zex Marquis, and Gundam Epion as notable units, emphasizing Hiro's impressive power despite being a lone unit against the team. There's a call for reader submissions for a Super Robot Maniacs SRX Corner, seeking ideas for future features related to the SRX project. A Super Robot Memorial file spotlights Sengoku Majin Gashogun, discussing the classic anime's plot, unique style, and characters like Bundle, alongside an image of the powerful Gashogun robot itself. Finally, a SRX illustration gallery showcases fan art inspired by the SRX universe and Super Robot Wars, featuring illustrations of characters like Mio Sasuga, Garrison Tokita from Daytarn 3, and the Double Zeta Gundam, reflecting the passion of the fanbase. This page presents an exclusive scoop on the game Etude, an adventure title set during the final 3 months of high school. What's unique here is the focus on experiencing this period with a high degree of freedom, allowing players to live within the game world from the perspectives of both male and female protagonists. The gameplay is described as freestyle, where players set and pursue their own objectives rather than following a strict scenario. Etude is planned as a multimedia project, initially launching on Windows 95 before expanding to the Sega Saturn and other media like radio dramas, anime, and character goods. Screenshots showcase character designs and scenes like a classroom and a bedroom. This page delves further into the world of Etude, framing it as a life simulation presented as an adventure game. It emphasizes the high degree of freedom the player has in experiencing the final, crucial months of high school. The core gameplay revolves around gathering information, which dictates how the story progresses and what events occur. The ultimate goal is to reach the graduation day, with the outcome determined by the player's actions, the protagonist's abilities, relationships, and the information uncovered. The page also features a character file, focusing on the female cast. We see illustrations and brief profiles for several key characters, including what appears to be a protagonist, Saeki Hitomi, described as serious yet sometimes shy, and her sister, Saeki Yumi. Other characters like Fujino Azusa, Yamada Mayu, Ayuse Midori, Hagiwara Mami, and Nakazawa Kaoru are introduced, each with a distinct personality trait or background that hints at their role in the game's narrative and potential interactions. Screenshots showcase the gameplay interface, including navigation in the game world, a character status screen displaying abilities and stress, and text windows for dialogue and information presentation. The overall impression is a unique simulation experience, centered on interpersonal relationships and personal growth during a pivotal time in life. The next page shifts focus to an interview with the developers of Etude, delving into the game's concept and character design. Game planner Hirotaka Taguchi discusses the project's aim to provide a high degree of freedom in a high school life simulation, emphasizing information gathering and interaction, leading to different graduation outcomes. Character designer Shuji Watanabe explains how the design process started with character settings and personalities, noting the effort put into creating appealing characters for both male and female players. The page also features the Characters file, Male Character Edition, presenting several key male characters from the game. We see illustrations and brief profiles for the protagonist, Tatsuya Gunji, described as decisive and capable, along with other characters like Nachika Katagiri, Shun Kusanagi, Shingo Amano, and Hiroshi Sanada, each possessing distinct traits that hint at their roles and relationships within the game world. A small image shows a color palette, suggesting attention to visual detail in bringing this reality-leaning world to life. This page dives into Wizards Harmony 2, highlighting its return with exclusive content for the Sega Saturn. The game puts you in charge of managing the academy and raising students to save it from ruin, playing as Cheyenne Sharnark. The Saturn version boasts a wealth of original elements compared to the PlayStation release. You'll find unique events, graphical differences, and entirely new characters joining the roster, including the return of Daniil from the previous game. The opening theme song is also exclusive to the Saturn version. The game features a massive pool of 315 potential students from the adventuring school, offering plenty of variety. The page showcases key characters like Tifa Clausen, a Feliniard student, Lumina Tinkerbell, a half-cat hybrid, and Tiana Kreutz. Screenshots display various scenes, including the academy building, beach events, and indoor interactions, giving a taste of the simulation gameplay. A table provides basic release information. The next page continues the look at Wizards Harmony 2, delving into the core gameplay systems and introducing more characters. It highlights that events are now 1.5 times more frequent than before, adding more drama and challenges like disasters or human-caused problems, which the Academy members must face. The game also emphasizes training students through a curriculum, where you choose how to develop your members' magic abilities and aim to pass the required magic exams held 3 times a year. Failing the exams can lead to a game over. The system has been improved for smoother play, with changes inherited from the first game but refined. Icons now appear to indicate events or opportunities to speak with teachers, making progress more intuitive. The choices you make, and which characters you bring along for events, will affect the story and character relationships. Finally, the page introduces several key characters you will interact with, including Minea Campbell, Patty Flerouge, Elwyn Garside, Gale Life UGA, Luffy Christensen, Tobiyuma Tsunagari, Kees Karok, Leigh Krause, Lux Nalshin, Q Madhu, Marlius de Insulfis, and Asti Baltis. These are students and other individuals crucial to the Academy's fate. Screenshots showcase the event system, curriculum menus, the exam results screen, showing successes and failures, character interactions, and even monster encounters, indicating battles are part of the game. This page provides an exclusive look at Can Can Bunny Extra for the Sega Saturn. This marks the third title in the series to make its way to the platform, following Plumeel and Plumeel 2. A major highlight featured here is the inclusion of impressive animation scenes, which are inserted into the story to bring key moments to life. These animated sequences are vital for clarifying complex situations and adding visual flair that text alone couldn't provide. The screenshots showcase several examples of these animations, including action-packed explosions, dynamic character entrances like Swati's arrival, and humorous moments such as a reporter getting tangled up with a cord. The magazine clearly believes these animations are a significant draw for the Saturn version, enhancing the overall storytelling experience. This page delves into the gameplay system and key characters of Can Can Bunny Extra. It highlights that, unlike the previous Plumeel 2, which focused on simulation-like elements, this title is a distinct adventure game. The core gameplay involves navigating different locations in the city to find girls and engage with them, progressing through individual character scenarios. Interactions are handled by clicking on icons, influencing the story's direction. Key featured characters include Swati, a mysterious figure who grants favors, but whose displeasure leads to the hero needing to collect star fragments to avert misfortune. There's also Chizuru, a passionate manga artist striving for her big break, and a storyline involves the protagonist potentially helping her as an assistant. The page also explicitly showcases the game's heart scenes, which are suggestive moments depicted through a series of images, triggered by specific interactions. These scenes are a significant element of the game, emphasizing that careful consideration is needed during interactions to see them through. This page introduces several more potential romantic interests and scenarios in Can Can Bunny Extra. First up is an energetic female editor-in-chief who drives a sports car, portrayed as confident and slightly intimidating. Next is Haruna Kamimoto, a kind but timid nurse, shown in a scene where she is nervous about riding a bicycle, which leads to a heart-pounding moment. Her story continues with a twist, suggesting she might also be a nun. The page also features Yuki Miyagi, a weather girl whose path crosses with the protagonist. Their initial encounter involves a history quiz, and later, a suggestive scene is hinted at. Another branch of the story introduces two characters, Misaki Utsumi, a high school girl, and Kaori, encountered at a bargain sale, leading to a rivalry over the protagonist. This conflict escalates into a nerve-wracking double-booked date scenario, culminating at a horror exhibition, with a critical choice point presented. Finally, the Yuki Miyagi storyline continues, with a dramatic reunion during a live TV broadcast, highlighting unexpected events. This page introduces the latest entry in the Wangan Dead Heat series, which has transformed into a racing and romance simulation game titled Wangan Trial Love. The game features anime-style visuals for the heroines, a departure from the previous game's live-action approach. Gameplay focuses on balancing racing prowess with pursuing relationships with various girls. The game offers two distinct scenarios, a junior high path centered on kart racing and dating 3 girls, and a high school path involving full-scale car racing and dating 8 different girls. The core mechanic is that success on the racetrack enhances the protagonist's appeal to the heroines, leading to romantic progress. The ultimate goal is to achieve the world champion title and/or win the heart of a girl. The page showcases the 9 main heroines, each with unique designs and personalities, from a talented daughter type and a cool high schooler to a mysterious girl and a nurse. Several event scenes are also pictured, showing dates by a pool, in a yukata, and more dramatic moments. The article highlights the enhanced racing elements, alongside the deep focus on romantic relationships. This page continues the preview for Wangan Trial Love, delving deeper into the racing simulation aspects. The game boasts enhanced racing features with multiple camera views and a total of 19 courses, stressing the importance of daily machine tuning across various parts like the engine and turbo. 3 distinct courses are highlighted: the scenic coastal ocean course, the challenging canyon course with significant elevation changes, and the natural forest course featuring long straights. Embedded within the scenario mode are 7 types of minigames, including fighting and traffic control puzzles, often played to aid the story's heroines. The page also features a special preview of Chihiro Moritaka World, a 2 Candelas room release showcasing the popular artist Chihiro Moritaka. This multimedia title, originally a PC release, is presented as a comprehensive look at her work, including over 74 minutes of content. It features music videos, commercials, interviews, recording footage, and more, accessed through an image-based menu that acts like a puzzle. A notable interactive element is the La La Sunshine section, which changes its visual and auditory presentation based on the Sega Saturn's internal clock, reflecting the time of day. This page previews the Neon Genesis Evangelion digital card library. It presents a unique database concept blending trading card collection with multimedia content. The main goal is to collect approximately 200 types of digital cards to complete a visual encyclopedia. The game offers various ways to interact with the world of Evangelion. Collected cards unlock access to scenes and content from the TV anime, allowing players to watch movies featuring favorite characters like Shinji and Rei and iconic moments, or mecha like EVA Unit 01 and the Jet alone. The database also provides detailed information associated with each card. Adding to the experience are minigames, which are key to acquiring new cards. 2 specific minigames are highlighted. One where you pilot EVA Unit 01 to stop a rampaging jet alone while protecting Masato, and another titled Man's Battle, featuring Gendo Ikari's intense gaze. The game is presented as a deep dive for fans, offering a rich collection experience alongside interactive elements. This page previews the action-packed SFX adventure, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Based on the Hollywood film, this side-scrolling action game throws players onto Isla Sorna, Site B, where legendary dinosaurs roam free. The core concept revolves around survival. In a world where the strong devours the weak, players can choose from 3 dinosaur species or a human hunter, each offering distinct abilities and playstyles needed to navigate the perilous environment. The preview highlights key creatures like the small but agile Compsognathus, the cunning Velociraptor, and the fearsome Tyrannosaurus Rex, showcasing their menacing presence through screenshots. It also features the human hunter, demonstrating actions like using weapons and traversing the environment with climbing gear. The article emphasizes the game's impressive 3D polygon graphics, noting the smooth character and dinosaur movements that bring the intense action to life. Screenshots depict thrilling moments, such as evading attacks, underwater sequences, and fierce battles, promising a truly immersive and challenging experience in the Lost World. This page provides an in-depth look at Panzer Dragoon Saga, focusing on a newly available demo version that lets players experience the game's flow from field exploration to battle. Up until now, information primarily focused on the dragon, characters, and world, touching only briefly on the core RPG battle system. Based on this demo, the article explains the smooth transitions between freely moving around the environment and engaging in combat. Screenshots highlight these different modes, showing the protagonist Edge navigating the world and battling enemies from the back of his dragon. The preview also showcases the dragon's morphing ability, which is a key element of the game's progression and customization. The detailed information gleaned from this demo room sheds light on the game's mechanics, bringing the world of Panzer Dragoon Saga into sharper focus. This page dives deeper into the systems of Panzer Dragoon Saga, first detailing the field exploration. It highlights the freedom players have to move the dragon within the environment and interact with various objects using the lock-on communication system, or LCS. This system uses different marks like break to destroy objects, enter to access areas, and caution, or access for investigation or communication. Screenshots show the dragon targeting these objects, firing, and obtaining items. The page then transitions to explaining the battle system, emphasizing the seamless shift from exploration to combat encounters. Once engaged, players can position the dragon relative to the enemy, front, back, left, or right, which is crucial for strategy. Battle actions are governed by an action gauge. The primary attacks shown are the dragon's powerful homing laser and the rapid-fire Vulcan. The article notes the laser is the main weapon, and targeting is automatic in battle. The page also includes glimpses of enemy attacks and the final battle results screen, showing experience points and items gained after a victory. The review clearly appreciates the fluid design connecting exploration and battle. This page previews, quote, a detailed soccer club management simulation game. It highlights that the release date is set and the game is nearing completion. The preview emphasizes significant improvements over the previous installment, making it more user-friendly and less cumbersome, particularly regarding menu navigation and information access through new shortcut features. Core gameplay systems are broken down. The sponsor system is crucial for income, offering various contract options and increasing revenue potential. Stadium expansion is also key, allowing clubs to host more fans and generate greater income, although balancing popularity and capacity is noted as important. Training is extensive, allowing both monthly and weekly instructions. Individual player training can focus on specific roles like striker, dribbler, or defender, while tactical training sharpens team strategies and coordination. A new linking training element is introduced, vital for improving team cohesion. The game also includes in-match instructions, allowing managers to react to the flow of the game. Screenshots illustrate the various training screens, tactical setups, and team/goal ranking displays, demonstrating the game's depth in managing all aspects of a soccer club. This page dives into the upcoming adventure game, Desire, focusing heavily on its cinematic qualities and intriguing narrative. The main draw highlighted is the game's detailed opening animation, which uses advanced rendering techniques. Screenshots from this opening are prominently featured, showing characters like Tina in various dramatic and mysterious scenes, including encounters with strange creatures and moments of peril. The article teases the game's themes, suggesting a story filled with human emotion, love, and hate, and hints at deep mysteries embedded within the plot and character motivations. Key characters like Tina, Makoto, and Martina are shown, with commentary on their expressions and potential roles in the unfolding events. There's even a section comparing a monstrous entity seen in the animation to a zombie or alien. The page also provides a glimpse into the game's development process by showing a section of the storyboards for a scene featuring Tina flying. The magazine promises significant revelations in this issue, including details about the all arc of the story and even voice actor interviews. This article delves deeper into the all arc of the adventure game Desire. Journalist Al McDougall investigates the Desire lab, encountering the suspicious director Martina. Journal discovers Martina's deceased daughter, Tina, strikingly similar to an amnesiac girl, revealing a crucial plot twist. Interactions with other characters, including a poignant moment with Tina recognizing a girl, escalate with the arrival of Chris and Kale, culminating in a confrontation between Adkuro and Kale. The article compares the PC Engine and Sega Saturn versions, highlighting differences, particularly regarding a love scene between Al and Chris. The bizarre condition of Makoto and other gameplay features, like message skipping, are also discussed. Numerous screenshots illustrate the game's dramatic moments and visual style. This page continues the article on the adventure game Desire, focusing on the intertwined destinies of Al and Makoto. The main title asks about their destination, suggesting the plot deepens their relationship. The article features several illustrations and screenshots, depicting dramatic moments between Al and Makoto, as well as interactions with other characters like Kale and a young girl resembling Tina. A significant portion of the page is dedicated to the voice actors of the main female characters, including Makoto, voiced by Yuko Sumi, Martina, voiced by Masako Ikeda, and Tina, voiced by Tomoko Kawakami. Interviews with these voice actresses discuss their experiences playing their roles in Desire, offering insights into capturing the characters' emotions and personalities. They comment on the unique challenge of voicing characters for a game compared to other media. The page also includes a section listing other cast members and their voice actors, such as Al, voiced by Toshiyuki Morikawa, Chris, voiced by Yumi Tuma, and Kale, voiced by Kenyu Horiuchi, highlighting the game's strong voice talent. Overall, the article emphasizes the emotional depth of the narrative, the quality of the voice acting as a key selling point, and the evolving relationships between the characters in Desire. This page features an article focused on Graduation 2I, the seemingly final entry in the popular racing simulation series, coinciding with the 10th anniversary of its concept. Developed by Marcus and published by Shogakukan Production, the game tasks players with raising 5 unique high school girls to graduation. The genre is described as a simulation, with multiple endings influenced by the player's choices. The article includes character illustrations and brief personality descriptions for the 5 main students: Kyoko Ozaki, Nozomi Kikuchi, Yukari Saito, Misaki Matsuyama, and Kazue Watanabe. A large illustration prominently features these 5 girls in their school uniforms. Developer Marcus Kubota Yoshimasa discusses the game's development, noting that user feedback has influenced the design, leading to a greater focus on the characters' private lives. There's also mention of potential elements unique to the Sega Saturn version. The game was stated to be 20% complete as of the article's publication date, with a planned announcement at a game show in September. This page features a special report on the popular RPG Suikoden, making its way from PlayStation to the Sega Saturn. The headline boasts that all 108 heroes will gather on the Saturn. The article highlights the game's foundation in the Chinese classic Water Margin, centering on the conflict between the Imperial Army and the Liberation Army, led by the protagonist. Key characters are introduced, including the hero himself, his loyal attendant Gremio, strategist Mathieu, the mysterious Kedtid, and other companions like Gasho and Marco. It delves into the game's unique system, emphasizing that while the core RPG mechanics remain familiar, managing and utilizing the full roster of 108 characters, particularly at the player's base, the HQ, is a key feature. The base includes mini-games for leisure. Combat is turn-based, allowing up to 6 party members, featuring standard attacks, runes, magic, and cooperative skills. Developer interviews discuss the porting process to the Saturn, aiming to enhance the experience with elements like voice acting, improve visuals, and reflecting user feedback from the PlayStation release. They mention adding new features to the base and making adjustments based on player suggestions regarding story length and game balance, promising a complete port of the original with some added enhancements, aiming for a version similar to the PlayStation experience but with extra polish. This page provides a detailed look at Samurai Shodown IV, Amakusa's Revenge, the latest installment in the popular fighting game series. It highlights the game's return to form, building upon the systems of previous titles, while introducing new mechanics to deepen the combat experience. Key features discussed include the refined rage gauge, the ability to choose between slash and bust fighting styles which fundamentally alter character movesets, and a level select option designed to help bridge the gap between beginner and expert players. The article also introduces the impactful rage explosion system, offering players a chance to turn the tide of battle with a powerful attack when at a disadvantage. The game boasts a substantial roster of 17 characters, featuring returning fan favorites alongside exciting newcomers like Kazuki and Sogetsu. Character profiles and striking artwork showcase some of the fighters, including Haomaru, Shizumaru Hisame, and Charlotte, each with their unique motivations and fighting styles. The overall impression is that Samurai Shodown IV delivers the intense, weapon-based combat the series is known for, enhanced by strategic new options and a diverse cast of warriors. This page dives into Mobile Suit Z Gundam, specifically the second part of a game series faithfully adapting the latter half of the classic TV anime. It highlights the leap from the Gundam MK2 era to the introduction of the iconic Z Gundam, emphasizing its crucial transformation capability into the Wave Rider form, which is key to gameplay strategy on various stages like space or rocky areas. The game's story directly follows the original series timeline from episode 25 onwards, promising a narrative experience familiar to fans. Screenshots showcase the side-scrolling shooting action, featuring various enemy mobile suits like the Hyzak and Marasai, alongside dynamic cut-ins that bring character interactions to life, much like the anime. The combat system in this installment is detailed, featuring the series' staple lock-on mechanic. A significant upgrade is the implementation of high-speed movement, leading afterimages, capturing the agility of new types. The Z Gundam's Beam Saber attack is shown with a multi-hit combo capability, demonstrating the powered-up combat the Z Gundam brings compared to the MK2. The game also includes a recreation of the TV anime's opening movie, complete with the familiar theme song, setting the stage perfectly. This looks like a solid adaptation, focusing on the action and story beats that defined the latter half of the Z Gundam saga. This page features a special report on Edo Renaissance, a unique city-building simulation set in the Edo period of Japan. The game tasks the player with developing and expanding the city of Edo from the ground up, allowing them to shape it according to their own vision. The core gameplay involves constructing buildings, managing resources, and interacting with various characters to ensure the city's prosperity. Screenshots showcase the detailed top-down perspective of the city, depicting different districts and buildings, along with charming character portraits who will likely offer advice or tasks. The article highlights key aspects like cooperating with various officials and specialists to grow Edo, managing the city's security and resources, and even includes interactions with historical figures like the inventive Hiraga Genai for technological advancements. It also touches upon the challenges players will face, such as dealing with disasters like fires or disease, emphasizing that overcoming these hurdles is crucial for success. The game promises a rich simulation experience rooted in Japanese history, filled with events and opportunities as Edo blossoms under the player's guidance. This page features a special report on Legend of Galactic Heroes Plus, highlighting significant updates and new content in this strategy simulation game. The big news is the addition of 4 new short scenarios, faithfully recreating famous battles from the original story, offering players focused experiences distinct from the main campaign. Screenshots show dramatic moments from these scenarios, like fleet movements and character dialogues. Beyond the scenarios, the game boasts substantial updates to the Admiral and Commander data. Personnel abilities have been re-evaluated, and detailed profile information is now available, providing a deeper understanding of each character's strengths and weaknesses. This re-evaluation significantly impacts strategy, as seen in the character profile displays and fleet command interfaces shown in the screenshots. The report also dedicates sections to the forces of the Galactic Empire and the Free Planets Alliance. It notes the depth of personnel available to the Empire and the challenges faced by the Alliance. Extensive tables detail the stats for numerous key personnel from both factions, covering various tactical and command abilities. The iconic flagships, Brunhild and Hyperion, are also showcased. Overall, the update promises enhanced strategic depth and faithful recreation of key historical moments from the Legend of Galactic Heroes universe. This page brings emergency news about the return of BASIC for the Sega Saturn, now reborn as Polygon BASIC. This updated version is a programming environment designed to help users create their own Saturn software. The big news is the introduction of a PC connection type, allowing development on a Windows 95%, transferring the program to the Saturn for execution. Key features highlighted include the ability to use second-level kanji characters, a significantly enhanced sound function supporting various formats like PCM, FM, and DSP effects, and most notably, the inclusion of polygon creation capabilities. Polygon BASIC comes bundled with a 3D modeling tool called DeveloModeler, making it easy to create 3D polygon characters and objects, which is a major step for game development on the Saturn using BASIC. Screenshots show the PC development environment, the connection setup, polygon code examples, and the 3D modeling tool in action, demonstrating its potential for creating impressive visuals. This package aims to make game development more accessible and powerful on the Saturn. This page announces a nationwide online competition for decathlete, known as the SuperNet Athletics, taking place on SegaNet from August 15th to September 7th. Gamers are encouraged to compete in online qualifiers for a chance to reach the finals at the Tokyo Game Show 97 Autumn. Prizes include special gold, silver, and bronze Sega Saturn consoles and modems, along with medals. To participate, you need a Sega Saturn modem. A special offer bundles Decathlete for SegaNet with the Sega Saturn Modem Basic Set. Those who already own a modem can purchase the game software separately. The page emphasizes the low cost of online matches, highlighting that a typical, approximately 3-minute match costs only 80 yen. Additional online compatible games are also shown or listed as available, including Boost-A-Move 3, Puyo Puyo Sun, and Daytona USA Circuit Edition. This page showcases 2 notable Sega Saturn releases. On the left is Slayers Royal, a role-playing game featuring a completely original scenario supervised by the series creator Hajime Kanzaka. This title is stated to be on sale today for 6,300 yen, excluding tax, and promises exciting battle and movie scenes, with a promotion offering a cool pad controller. On the right, we have Lupin the Third Chronicles, a 30th anniversary database collection for the Saturn. Released on August 8th for 5,800 yen, excluding tax, this 2-disc set is a comprehensive guide covering early Lupin anime history, packed with character data, sounds, quizzes, and movie clips. The initial release features varied packaging and a sticker bonus, alongside a campaign offering a chance to win rare items like production art. This page features a romance simulation game on the left, titled Koi no Summer in Miyazaki Sigaya Fantasy, starring popular idol Okina Megumi. It's a virtual dating simulation promising free-form scenarios, dynamic expressions from Megumi based on conversation, inclusion of movie scenes, parameter checks on your relationship, and even planning future promises. It's set for release in August 1997, and there's a campaign offering a cool pad controller. On the right side, under the Kingdom of Saturn Masthead and News Dynamite section, the page highlights Sega Saturn news. There's a second round of the Sonic Supporter Recruitment Drive, asking fans for feedback on Sonic Jam and offering exclusive original Sonic merchandise. The page also announces the SuperNet Athletics, the 3rd Virtua Coliseum online competition event, this time featuring Decathlete for SegaNet. It details the competition structure and mentions a campaign related to obtaining decathlete for SegaNet. This page features interactive elements for readers, designed as tear-out postcards or forms. The top section is a reader survey and gift application for Saturn Fan number 15, asking for personal details and allowing readers to rank desired presents or provide feedback via numbered entry boxes. Below this is a game achievement survey form where players can report their performance or opinions on specific titles, like Tokimeki Memorial Drama Series Volume 1, Dokusei 2, NHL 97, Doom, Bulk Slash, Thunder Force V, Side Pocket 3, Cat the Ripper, Real Sound, Kaze no Regret, and Yukyu Gensokyoku, using various icons to rate their experience. Finally, there's a section for the Kingdom of Saturn Ranking Street and Cornhead Club, allowing fans to submit rankings or messages. These forms were essential for fostering community and gathering feedback in the magazine era. This page dives into various gaming events and announcements. Sega Joytopolis was a hotspot, hosting a virtual wedding event tied into their photo booth service, offering couples a unique gaming-themed ceremony. They also held a Virtua Fighter fair, giving fans a closer look at Virtua Fighter 3 with character renders and promotional materials. On the music front, veteran game composer Hiroshi Hayashi released a new album, with an interview offering insight into his latest work. The pickup section highlighted new media, including a photo book, a Macross operation manual, and the soundtrack for Darius Gaiden, The Last Kiss. SNK made waves, with a flash report on their new Hyper Neo Geo 64 arcade system, showcasing the hardware and announcing key titles like Samurai Showdown 64 and a unique RV racing game called Round Trip RV. Other upcoming SNK titles on the system, including new entries in the King of Fighters and Fatal Fury series, were also teased. Gamers were also treated to the announcement of a new arcade stick peripheral, the Real Arcade VF-, designed for playing Virtua Fighter with authentic feel. Finally, there was a contest giveaway section offering various prizes, including Sonic merchandise and a Gundam model kit. This page is a deep dive into the game Marika, the Real World, presented as a game research lab guide. It offers essential tips for players, covering everything from basic techniques to advanced boss strategies. The guide provides useful methods for encountering and even avoiding enemies on the map, detailing techniques like the dash escape and slip-through escape to navigate safely. A significant portion is dedicated to the game's joint superpowers, explaining how combining abilities can drastically improve combat efficiency, and featuring a list of powerful combinations and their effects. Finally, the guide offers detailed strategies for tackling various boss characters encountered throughout the game, listing enemies such as Killer Zero, Clockman, Ronald, the Armored Sisters Kamid and Rin, Olga, and many others, providing insight into their stats and recommended tactics. The images show character art and battle scenes from the game. This page serves as a comprehensive guide for Marika the Real World, focusing on the items and enemies players will encounter up to Chapter 4. It highlights effective combat strategies tailored to different points in the game, and provides key points for item collection. The page features detailed lists of parameters for over 90 items, including their attack power, special effects, spirit cost, durability, and price. It also explains how to acquire items, specifying which can be found in treasure chests on different floors, which are available from various shop types, and even details items that can be modified by the doctor. Alongside the item data, there's a table listing enemy parameters, giving players insight into their health, attack, defense, and what items they might possess. This guide is an essential resource for players looking to optimize their gameplay and prepare for the challenges ahead. This page features a reader survey offering a chance to win prizes, specifically 50 software titles. The survey covers various topics, asking readers about their background, school, age, gender, their gaming habits, consoles owned, magazines read, games purchased, and their opinions on the articles and games featured in this issue, including upcoming Sega Saturn releases. Reference tables are provided, listing articles in the issue, other gaming magazines, and available hardware platforms. A notable section lists upcoming Sega Saturn games scheduled for release after July 25, 1997. Featuring titles like Uno, Desire, and Virtua Fighter 3. The page also details the specific software titles being given away as prizes, including Super Robot Wars 7, Neon Genesis Evangelion Digital Card Library, Roommate Izumi Watase in Summer Vacation, and Momotaro Dentetsu, referencing the pages where they are featured in the magazine. Instructions on how to properly fill out the survey postcard for entry are also clearly laid out, alongside application rules and deadlines. This page presents a comprehensive list of Sega Saturn software titles that were available up to July 24, 1997. Organized by genre, this acts as a catalog showcasing the depth and breadth of the Saturn's library at that time. The list covers popular categories such as fighting action featuring games like Virtua Fighter and Street Fighter, various action titles, extensive role-playing and simulation options, and a strong selection in shooting, sports, and racing games, including classics like Sega Rally and Daytona USA. The page also lists games in genres like puzzle, table, and mahjong. Given the previous page detailed a reader survey and prize giveaway, this list likely serves as a reference for readers looking to explore the available software for selection, or simply to see the range of games released by that date. It's a straightforward listing, providing title names under their respective genre headings, without screenshots or additional details like release dates or prices. This page features a joint project between Victor Entertainment and Sega Saturn Fan Magazine focusing on the horse racing game GI Battle Race. It details the results and analysis of the third Kikuka show race, highlighting the winning horse and tactical insights. The feature also previews the upcoming Grand Prix race. On the right side, there's a large feature for the visual novel game Dokusei 2, the second installment of a strategy guide series. It showcases character artwork and promises comprehensive relationship guides and walkthroughs for dating the various female characters, covering everything needed to reach a happy ending by the end of the winter break. This page continues the strategy guide for Dokusei 2, focusing heavily on character relationships and a key event, the Hot Springs trip. It provides crucial information on which character routes are mutually exclusive, such as Yui and Misako, meaning you can't pursue them both simultaneously for a happy ending. Conversely, it highlights pairs like Misako and Sakura, or Minori and Hiroko, where pursuing one can open the path to a happy ending with the other, offering strategic relationship insights. The guide features a comprehensive section on the Hot Springs trip event, occurring on December 29th and 30th. It details how this trip serves as a major opportunity to deepen relationships with specific girls like Misato and Sakiko, explaining the events and conditions needed to build intimacy. It also points out girls like Tomoe and Yoko, who are difficult or impossible to get close to during the trip itself, suggesting their routes require different timing or circumstances. The page includes numerous screenshots illustrating key moments and character interactions during these events and relationships. This page continues the strategy guide for the dating sim Dokusei 2, focusing on the character routes for Yui Narusawa and Tomomi Mizuno. For Yui Narusawa, the guide recaps key events leading up to January 1st, including encounters and finally her confession to the protagonist, Ryusuke. It details events like helping her deal with a pervert and the lead up to the critical moment where their feelings align, illustrated with screenshots culminating in an intimate scene in her room. The section for Tomomi Mizuno covers her route progression, highlighting the resolution of misunderstandings that develop, important events like a phone call leading to a meeting at an amusement park, and finally the characters revealing their true feelings to each other. There's also a point where Tomomi becomes angry, likely triggered by misunderstandings related to photos, showcasing a potential pitfall or event in her story path. The guide uses multiple screenshots to show these interactions and locations. This page continues the strategy guide for the dating sim Dokusei 2, focusing on routes for Karen Busujima, Yoko Minamikawa, and the Saturn-exclusive side story for Hikari Sagara. For Karen Busujima, the guide recaps events from January 1st, noting her return from Hawaii and the progression of her relationship, leading to intimate moments illustrated by a prominent screenshot. The Saturn version features an original side story for Hikari Sagara. This section covers key events in her route leading up to January 1st, including her winning an idol contest and a dramatic, sad separation event, highlighting unique content for this version of the game. Yoko Minamikawa's route details her interactions with the protagonist and Akira, focusing on her changing behavior and resolving issues related to her family's bike shop. The guide covers key events like persuading her father and being called out by Yoko, culminating in intimate scenes that show the deepening relationship. This page continues the strategy guide for the classic dating simulation game Dokusei 2, focusing on routes for two more potential partners, Kozue Sakuragi and Minori Kato. First up is Kozue Sakuragi, featuring a detailed breakdown of her route up to January 1st. It highlights key events, like encountering her at the school library, arranging a date after a tennis match, a movie date, and how repeated meetings around town deepen the connection. The guide discusses points like making amends and the importance of waiting patiently to build rapport. Screenshots show Kozue in various locations, like her home, the library, and a park, illustrating specific scenes like a reconciliation choice or a fun date at a jungle gym. Next is Minori Kato, whose section also covers her route leading up to January 1st. Key events include seeing Minori in the school garden, meeting her in class, and a poignant scene witnessing a confession. The guide emphasizes interactions with the convenience store owner, Hiroko, which are crucial for Minori's route. A significant part discusses revealing Minori's true nature, and a dramatic choice point regarding her. Screenshots depict Minori at the convenience store, outside a cinema, and during an intense moment involving her past, culminating in a strategy point about gaining her forgiveness and affection. Both sections provide crucial tips and illustrate key scenes with character artwork and in-game screenshots, helping players navigate these challenging routes. This page of the Dokusei 2 strategy guide continues, this time focusing on the routes for Sakurako Sugimoto and Misako Narusawa. The guide for Sakurako Sugimoto details reconnecting with her after her hospital stay. Key events include finding her at the hospital, daily conversations, a date in the hospital woods, and a significant reunion at Hachijuhachi Station, where the protagonist learns she was discharged after recovering. He'll also guide her around Hachijuhachi Gakuen, and eventually reach a crucial moment where you can open up about your personal life, strengthening your bond. Screenshots show scenes like meeting her at the station and inside her room. Next is the route for Misako Narusawa, the protagonist's stepmother, which requires a delicate approach due to the complex relationship. The guide covers interactions like protecting her at the cafe, moments of reflection, and even a pivotal scene in the bath. A major turning point involves her calling the protagonist to her room to receive his feelings, leading to a late-night promise about their future together after his graduation. The strategy notes highlight that Misako's difficult stance is a facade hiding her true affection. Screenshots accompany these sections, showing scenes in the living room and her bedroom, illustrating the emotional depth of her path. The next page of the Dokusei 2 strategy guide focuses on the routes for Kumiko Nagashima and Sachiko. The guide for Kumiko Nagashima starts with her arrival from home and covers early interactions, including protecting her from unwanted attention. It details visiting Hachijuhachi and shared moments at school, leading up to a traumatic event at a shrine. The guide highlights the bond formed during these events before presenting a choice that splits the path to either Kumiko's or Sachiko's route. For Sachiko's route, the guide explains her initial appearance to welcome Kumiko. Key events include dealing with Kumiko's homesickness and building shared memories. A significant section illustrates Kumiko desiring to grow up, and Sachiko's route includes a dramatic moment titled, "For Daughter's Sake, There's Also Seduction," featuring Sachiko. The guide continues with a parental argument and efforts to reassure Kumiko, culminating in an emotional reunion scene. Screenshots throughout both sections depict these pivotal moments, showing the characters in various locations like the house, school, and a shrine, illustrating the unfolding storylines. This Dokusei 2 strategy guide details routes for 5 characters: Izumi Shinohara, Misa Tanaka, Misato Nomura, Mirei Katagiri, and Izumi Yasuda. Each route outlines key events and actions needed before the January 1st deadline to achieve a love scene. Izumi requires hot springs, cafe, and cinema visits. Misa, a tennis match and amusement park date. Misato needs daily travel agency visits, starting December 25th, and an early arrival for a December 31st meeting. Mirei's route requires specific faculty room meetings, shopping, and a December 31st event. Izumi's route involves kindergarten visits, helping a child, and a Christmas present exchange, with a love scene between January 1st and 5th. Screenshots accompany each character's strategies. This page presents a comprehensive strategy guide for Biohazard, known internationally as Resident Evil. It features a detailed flowchart designed to guide players directly to the game's ending, specifically focusing on Jill Valentine's scenario. The guide includes a large, corresponding map of the mansion, guardhouse, and underground laboratory, with numbered points linked to the flowchart steps. The flowchart maps out various paths and crucial events, including encounters with key characters like Barry Burton, Chris Redfield, Albert Wesker, Richard Aiken, Enrico Marini, and enemies like zombies, Plant 42, and the fearsome Tyrant. It highlights critical actions needed to progress and offers branching paths based on player choices, leading to different outcomes and endings. The guide aims to demystify the game's puzzles and navigate players through its complex environments to reach the conclusion. The next page dives into the intense strategy for Resident Evil, focusing on Chris Redfield's scenario. It features a detailed flowchart guiding players through Chris's distinct path, highlighting key events, character encounters like Rebecca Chambers, Barry Burton, Wesker, and the Tyrant, and the critical choices that lead to the game's different endings. Beyond the main walkthrough, the page offers valuable supplementary information and combat techniques. It clearly lays out how to obtain the 4 crucial crests needed to open the mansion's back door, breaking down the puzzles for the star, sun, and wind crests, including the correct button sequence for the art room puzzle, and how to deal with the dormitory gas leak. There are also essential tips for tackling the notoriously tough hunters, suggesting effective strategies like using specific locations near stairs or long hallways for an advantage, and recommending the shotgun or Beretta depending on the situation. The guide also shows how to access the laboratory and morgue areas, detailing the necessary steps like manipulating boxes to block gas and arrange platforms. Multiple screenshots are included to illustrate these critical sections and strategies. This page features a strategy guide for Shinsetsu Samurai Spirit's Bushido Retsuden, known internationally as Samurai Showdown RPG, covering the final stages of the Jaten Korin chapter and the beginning of Yoka Dukoku. The guide details the journey from Kurusu Island towards Kyushu, highlighting the defeat of a demon on the island and the acquisition of the treasure of Tendis. It then moves on to the confrontation with the powerful 7 swordsmen in Beppu, providing insights into this boss fight and suggesting strategies. The guide also covers a crucial training period near Mt. Aso before the final confrontation, mentioning an encounter with the Hell Knight boss and offering tips for victory. Finally, it teases events at a secret sanctuary on Mt. Aso that lead to the appearance of Amakusa's floating castle, setting the stage for the climax. The page also includes a list of useful items available for purchase in Beppu and Beijing to aid players. This page continues the strategy guide for Samurai Showdown RPG, picking up after the events on Kurusu Island and Mt. Aso. The guide details the party's arrival at Mt. Aso, where they must seek out a hidden entrance. Players learn how to obtain a crucial item, the rock sliding stone, from a young boy to open a secret passage in the Beppu cave. This path leads to a confrontation with the boss Hadu, a powerful demon who relies heavily on his secret arts. Defeating him is key to progressing. Following the events in Japan, the guide transitions the adventure to China, specifically Beijing. Amakusa's influence is felt here, requiring the party to navigate a magic street to reach the city. The main objective in Beijing is to rescue the heroes Wang Hu and Wang Long, who are imprisoned within the ominous Dead Forbidden Castle. Information gathering in the city streets is essential before attempting the rescue. The guide also briefly covers the boss Makira encountered on MTs, noting his low attack but high defense. Additionally, the guide confirms that Suzune joins the party after overcoming Hadu, providing a strong ally. Useful items and equipment are available for purchase in both Beppu and Beijing, with Beijing offering a wider selection of protective gear. This guide covers the journey from Japan's Mt. Aso to China's Beijing, featuring boss strategies for Makira and Hadu, and highlighting key story points like rescuing heroes. This page provides a strategy guide for the Game Slayers Royal. It offers tips for powering up efficiently and understanding key game mechanics. A central mechanic discussed is the symbol, items dropped by defeated enemies that temporarily boost character parameters like attack, defense, hit rate, and evade rate, although these boosts reset after each battle, making collecting them important. The guide also covers optimal battle distances and attack types. A major part of the page focuses on character-specific strategies, detailing the strengths and recommended roles for various party members. Lena excels at powerful offensive magic from a distance, while Gori is best in close combat with physical attacks. Zelgadis is presented as a versatile all-rounder, capable with both magic and melee. Amelia is highlighted for her durability and healing magic, best positioned in the back row. Silphiel specializes in white magic, and should avoid close combat entirely. Naga utilizes high-level white magic and a unique counterattack. Finally, a tip is given about using meals from shops to gain beneficial buffs like critical hit rate increases. The page includes screenshots illustrating battle scenes and character actions. This page continues the strategy guide for Slayers Royal, detailing the early game progression from Lakewood towards Quizak. It walks players through crucial battles and events encountered in locations like Grahamstock, the Parkland Forests, and Sonia City. Key encounters are highlighted, including the challenging fight against Emilia and Zod. The guide offers tactical advice for these battles, suggesting optimal character placement, spell usage, like Dragon Slave, Astral Vine, and Dynaspress, and enemy targeting. It mentions specific characters involved such as Lena, Guri, Zelgadis, Emilius, and Lark, and enemies like Mosman, Zod, Emilia, and lesser demons. Screenshots illustrate various battle scenes and character portraits, giving players a visual reference for the locations and characters discussed. It also touches upon obtaining specific items during this phase. Brief summary. This page provides a strategic walkthrough for the early areas of Slayers Royal, covering battles and events from Lakewood through Gramstock and Sonia City. This Slayers Royal strategy guide continues from previous sections, covering battles in Iselson, Free-Grante, and Quizak. It details tactics against lesser demons, utilizing spells like Dragon Slave and Ragnablade, and coordinating attacks with characters like Lena, Guri, and Zelgadis. The guide emphasizes strategic use of spells like Dilbrand in different areas, highlighting the importance of character placement. Key locations like Quizak, Galef's stronghold, and battles within the city are detailed, requiring careful planning and strong spells to overcome enemies like Galef and Living Armor. The guide also covers activities within Quizak, including the bazaar, inn minigames, and slot machines, then returns to the Seiyun border for further battles. This page serves as a technical manual and preview for Last Bronx, focusing on character techniques just before its release. It prominently features Yusaku Kudo, the protagonist and leader of the Neo Soul group, known for wielding a 3-section staff and employing a powerful, dynamic fighting style that combines strikes, throws, and impactful moves. The guide details several of his unique techniques, explaining their commands and properties, and showcases them through multiple screenshots. It also touches upon the game's core combat mechanics, including the use of weapons in ruleless deathmatches, and the strategic importance of the attack cancel system for creating varied offensive opportunities. The preview gives players insights into mastering Yusaku's moveset and understanding the flow of combat in the game. This page serves as a guide to 2 more fighters in Last Bronx, Inagaki Joe and Kusanami Lisa. Joe, wielding nunchaku, is a close-range powerhouse with strong single hits, plenty of mid-attacks, and powerful aerial combos. Lisa uses double sticks for a fast and flashy style, focusing on chipping away at health with well-balanced high, mid, and low techniques. The page showcases their signature moves through screenshots and lists commands for various techniques, offering insights into their distinct combat styles. This page continues the character breakdown for Last Bronx, focusing on 2 distinct fighters. First up is Takami Hiroshi, who wields a staff and employs tricky, long-range tactics. His style emphasizes rhythmic attacks and using the staff to keep opponents at bay, while also incorporating impactful moves like the grass wave back kick. The page includes a list of his various techniques and screenshots demonstrating key maneuvers. Next is Kono Yoko, an agile fighter who utilizes Tamanfa. Her combat style is characterized by rapid, continuous attacks and throws, designed to overwhelm the opponent. Highlights include her signature near assault technique, which launches opponents into the air for follow-up combos. Like Tamemi, her section features a command list detailing her extensive moveset alongside screenshots, showcasing her dynamic fighting style. This page continues the character profiles for Last Bronx, focusing on 2 powerful combatants. First is Kurosawa Toru, the leader of the Roppongi Hardcore Boys. He wields a massive wooden sword, and his style is characterized by overwhelming power and intimidating motions, often leading to decisive one-shot attacks. His techniques include a brutal ground thrust and a devastating multi-hit combo with his sword, as well as powerful throws and ground pounds. A detailed list of his moves and their properties is included alongside screenshots showcasing his impactful strikes. Next is Hojo Nagi, the formidable leader of Dogma, described as a true queen of battle. She fights with a pair of salas, employing a versatile and intricate fighting style featuring numerous chain combos and effective mid-range attacks. Her approach allows for a wide range of offensive options, making her adaptable to various situations. Highlighted techniques include multi-hit spinning kick combos, crescent-shaped attacks, backflip kicks, and head scissors throws. Screenshots demonstrate her dynamic combo sequences and unique side movements, emphasizing her deadliness in combat. The page provides comprehensive move lists for both characters. This page dives further into the world of Last Bronx, profiling another formidable character and discussing the Sega Saturn port. It features Zaimoku Saburo, the powerful leader of the Katsushika Dumpstars. Saburo relies on his immense strength and a giant hammer, specializing in devastating throws like the Brainbuster and Worker Bomb, often aiming for single, decisive blows. The page includes a table detailing his move list and screenshots showcasing his impactful techniques. A significant portion is dedicated to an interview with Mr. Abe about the secrets behind the Saturn version of Last Bronx. He discusses the challenges and successes of porting the arcade game, focusing on faithfully recreating the graphics, character models, effects, and camera work while optimizing for the Saturn hardware. The goal was to deliver a high-quality port enjoyable for both beginners and seasoned players. Mr. Abe also hints at future Last Bronx media expansions, including novels and comics. Finally, the page excitingly announces the inclusion of Gray, the previously hidden boss from the arcade version, as a fully playable character in the Saturn release. His unique metallic design is highlighted, and several screenshots show him in combat, emphasizing the quality of his character model on the Saturn. This page features a split advertisement promoting two highly anticipated Sega Saturn titles. On the left, Capcom's iconic survival horror game, Resident Evil, is highlighted. It proudly announces the Sega Saturn version is now on sale, detailing its genre and the standard price of 4,800 yen, excluding tax. Character portraits of the main star's team members, Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield, Barry Burton, and Albert Wesker, are prominently displayed above a moody in-game backdrop. There's also mention of a limited first-run bonus, an original novel. The right side focuses on Langrisser IV, the latest entry in the popular strategic RPG series. The advert declares its release date as August 1st and showcases striking anime character artwork. It promotes both a special package edition priced at 6,800 yen, excluding tax, which includes bonuses like pins and a fanbook, and a standard edition for 5,800 yen, excluding tax. Small screenshots give a glimpse of the tactical gameplay. A reservation campaign is also advertised, offering a special CoolPad gift. This page features a split advertisement showcasing two distinct Sega Saturn titles. On the left is Eternal Melody, known in Japan as Yukyu Gensokyoku. This character-focused title, possibly a visual novel or dating sim, is highlighted by a large illustration of its extensive cast of anime characters designed by Mu. The tagline asks, "Who will you see the happy end with?" reinforcing its romantic or relationship-building themes. The Sega Saturn version is announced as currently on sale for 5,800 yen. The page also promotes related merchandise like guidebooks and a radio drama adaptation. The right side focuses on Universal Nuts, a space adventure game from Layup and Sonnet, featuring dynamic character artwork, including a female protagonist and another character floating in space. The game promises mystery and exploration in a sci-fi setting, emphasized by the missing subtitle. Set for a fall '97 release at 5,800 yen, it promotes unique gameplay mechanics like a keyword search system and the ability to review dialogue. It appears to be a narrative-driven point-and-click or visual novel-style adventure. This page features a split advertisement showcasing two distinct games. On the left is finalist Choukou Baku for the Sega Saturn, a 3D mission shooting game developed by Ocean Software and Gaga Communications. The ad highlights intense action with visuals of a pilot, explosions, and in-game screenshots showing futuristic environments and combat. It describes a mission against a madman and promises an exciting hovercar experience, noting its release in August 1997. The right side promotes the game of DX Jinsei Game 2, known internationally as the Game of Life, available for both PlayStation and Sega Saturn from Takara. Presented as a classic board game powered up, this sequel focuses on living out life's dreams. Players navigate a path filled with various professions, events, and relationship opportunities, aiming for success or simply enjoying the journey. The ad features vibrant, cartoony characters and graphics representing the game board, emphasizing the numerous events and mini-games included. It's presented as a fun, life simulation board game experience. This page features a two-part advertisement. On the left is Find Love for the Sega Saturn, presented as a unique adventure puzzle game where communication with girls influences the story branches. It boasts appearances from 35 winners of a national school uniform beauty contest, featuring over 250 graphics and special events, along with 4 types of puzzles and numerous voice actors. The artwork shows an anime-style schoolgirl and screenshots of puzzle segments. The right side promotes Album Kurabu, St. Paulia Jogakuin, also for the Sega Saturn. This title appears to be a photo/album editing simulation game, where players interact with girls at school, take pictures, and edit albums. The advertisement heavily features real-life photos of girls in both school uniforms and swimsuits, suggesting a focus on photography and perhaps relationship building within the school club setting. It highlights the process of talking to girls, exploring locations, taking photos, and managing albums. This page is dedicated to Gekitotsu Koshien, a baseball game for the Sega Saturn. The main visual is a dynamic cover illustration featuring 3D rendered baseball players in action, along with smaller screenshots showcasing the game's graphics and gameplay on the field. Below the title, the release date of August 1st Friday and the standard price of 5,800 yen, excluding tax, are clearly displayed. A significant portion of the page is dedicated to the Cornhead Club, a reader's corner filled with fan submissions. This section includes various contributions from readers, such as illustrations, personal anecdotes, and thoughts on different topics, including games. The free section seems to be a general chat space, while Imano Hajimete-san features reader-submitted illustrations. Manga de Go showcases short manga strips created by fans. It's a vibrant community section where Sega Saturn enthusiasts connect and share their passion for gaming and creativity. This page is the Cornhead Club, a dedicated corner for readers to share their passion for games through illustrations and messages, often expressing support for favorite characters. Various sections highlight different popular titles of the time. The Imperial Assault Group focuses on the Sakura Wars series, featuring fan art and anticipation for the upcoming Sakura Wars 2. The EVA Complimentary Committee is centered around Neon Genesis Evangelion, discussing the movie release and likely the related Saturn game, with accompanying illustrations. The Dragon Force Friends Association delves into Dragon Force, touching upon the international version and characters, alongside reader art. The Lunar Magic Guild celebrates the Lunar series with fan contributions, showcasing its world and characters. Meanwhile, the Tokimeki Loving Association discusses the Tokimeki Memorial Drama CD and characters. The Kids Hope section broadens the scope, covering topics like All Japan Pro Wrestling games, game ratings, and the Saturn's position in the market, contrasting its strengths with the popularity of titles like Grandia and Final Fantasy V2 on other platforms, and highlighting Saturn's strong 2D capabilities. The network board serves as a general reader feedback space, featuring letters with opinions on Saturn's policies and various games. Overall, it's a vibrant community showcase of fan creativity and opinion across several key Saturn titles and general gaming topics. This Sega Saturn fanzine page features fan art, community discussion, and reader mail. The illustration gallery showcases diverse artwork inspired by various games, including Lupin III, Advanced World War, and more. Results from the cover prediction contest are announced, with Last Bronx being a popular prediction. The Satafan Reader Mail Q&A addresses reader questions about game development and sharing the hobby. Voices of Porting Hope details reader requests for Saturn ports, including Vampire Savior and Neon Genesis Evangelion. The Illustration Hall of Fame highlights popular artwork, and the page concludes with submission guidelines. This page provides a comprehensive look at game rankings based on sales data and reader surveys. It covers the Saturn sales charts for 2 consecutive weeks, highlighting top performers like Samurai Showdown RPG, Sonic Jam, and the highly anticipated release Dokusei 2, which saw massive initial sales. Beyond sales, the page presents reader-driven rankings. The popularity ranking showcases highly anticipated upcoming titles such as Sakura Wars 2, Super Robot Wars F, and Grandia. The Porting Hope ranking reveals reader desires for Saturn ports of games like Neon Genesis, Evangelion, Girlfriend of Steel, and The House of the Dead. The page also includes commentary on the rankings, discussing the impact of recent releases and upcoming titles, particularly focusing on the summer of SNK and the high anticipation for the King of Fighters 97, which is a strong contender in the Porting Hope list. A dedicated section, Sasurai no Ishoku Kibu Yaru, delves deeper into reader feedback regarding desired ports and publisher responses. This page delves into reader rankings and reviews for recent Sega Saturn releases. A table lists the top games based on reader surveys, highlighting Sonic Jam at number 1. Readers praised Sonic Jam for its excellent port quality, capturing the essence of the classic Sonic games. and the inclusion of the new museum mode was a big hit. Developers also shared their thoughts on the positive reception and future projects. Magical Drop 2 takes the second spot, with readers enjoying the fast-paced puzzle action and the wealth of content in this arcade port. Konami's Salamander Deluxe Pack Plus, rounding out the top 3, was also well received for bringing classic shooting action to the Saturn. The page includes various reader comments offering specific feedback, both positive and critical, on the gameplay, presentation, and porting quality of these top titles. Other games appearing in the top 10 include Waku Waku 7, Marika, The World of Truth, and Amok. Overall, the page provides a snapshot of what Sega Saturn players were enjoying and discussing at the time. This page continues the reader rankings, showcasing games placing from 4th to 7th. At number 4 is the fighting game Waku Waku 7. Readers enjoyed its simple controls and vibrant presentation, though some felt the overall volume of content was a bit lacking. Developers responded by expressing gratitude and highlighting the game's fun and exciting concept. Coming in at 5th place is the RPG Marika, The World of Truth. Praised for its unique graphical style reminiscent of older PC games and interesting story progression, some feedback pointed out frustrating map traversal and battle systems. The developers acknowledged the feedback and emphasized their focus on the game's narrative and atmosphere. 04 Champ Doozy J Typer takes the 6th spot. While the main racing gameplay had its fans, the minigames, particularly dating simulation elements, were a significant draw and point of discussion for readers. The maker's comment confirmed the game aimed for a dramatic and entertaining experience, beyond just racing. Finally, at number 7 is the simulation title, Taiheiyu no Arashi 2, Hayate no Mousen. This complex Pacific War simulation was appreciated for its depth and detailed presentation, but the steep learning curve and frustrating interface, especially mouse control issues, were commonly cited spicy opinions. The developer thanked players for their feedback and promised improvements in future titles, suggesting the game was aimed at experienced simulation fans. The page provides a good look at the diverse tastes of Sega Saturn players, from fighters and RPGs to racers and complex simulations. This page continues the reader rankings. Coming in at 8th place is Welcome House, an adventure game praised for its relaxing atmosphere but criticized for its lack of variety and limited content. The developers thanked players for their feedback. Amok takes the 9th spot, with players enjoying its distinct atmosphere and world, though some found the polygonal graphics and objective clarity lacking. The developers expressed gratitude and encouraged players to check out their other titles. At 10th place is PGA Tour 97, appreciated for its solid golf simulation and accurate controls, but frustrated by loading times and the putting system. The developers highlighted the inclusion of real-life pro golfers. The page also features a preview for the upcoming action RPG, Princess Crown. New information reveals a cooking system where players can combine items to create food for recovery or status boosts. Illustrated with screenshots showing the ingredient selection and resulting dishes. The preview confirms the game's release is delayed, but development is at 90%, promising more details soon, covering new systems and story elements. Additionally, there's a call for reader submissions for a game critique contest, listing several target games, including Tokimeki Memorial Drama Series Volume 1, AI Shogi Saturn version, and NHL 97. This page delves deeper into Princess Crown, focusing on the initial main scenario featuring Gradriel. It explains that the game has distinct story arcs for each character, starting with Princess Gradriel's quest to defeat a dragon terrorizing a village. Screenshots illustrate key moments, including Gradriel's journey, encounters in town, and her first battle against the dragon. The page also highlights Gradriel's fated encounter with Edward in the dragon-infested village. Edward, a swordsman, joins Gradriel, and together they face the dragon in a dramatic battle shown through multiple screenshots, showcasing combat and dialogue sequences. Furthermore, the page introduces the 4 main playable characters. Gradriel equals Gradriel de Valentia, the young princess. Edward equals Edward Gloucester, a swordsman seeking to defy his cursed lineage. Proserpina, a powerful witch's daughter. And Portgas equals Portgas Crisford, a pirate captain. Each character is showcased with stunning artwork and related gameplay screenshots, illustrating their combat styles and accompanying companions, like Gradriel's fairy friend Aria, Edward's small dragon Ignis, Proserpina's goblin familiar Gabriel, and Portgas's bird companion. It emphasizes that these 4 heroes journey together, facing challenges and growing through their adventures. Ronde, a game in development, features 5 new main characters: Kureha, Charlie Montague, Maria Tanuji, Mori, and William Montes. The game employs a multi-scenario system, reacting to player choices. A remix station allows players to combine devil bodies, initially with limited options, but expanding later with the addition of Saturday, a powerful new guide character. A devil unit system allows contracting and equipping devils with items. Magic requires devil contracts, while the absorb and clone system lets players inherit devil abilities and clone devils, significantly expanding character customization. The report includes screenshots demonstrating the game's features. This page covers Asuka 120% Limited. Burning Fest, a fighting game known for its accessible gameplay and focus on aerial combos. The developers aim to create a game where even beginners can easily pull off flashy continuous attacks, making it enjoyable for players of all skill levels. The report highlights the satisfaction of executing these combos after launching an opponent. The combat system is described as simple to learn, with special moves triggered by straightforward commands. Defensive strategies are also important, including guarding with the lever pulled back, and techniques to escape throws. The game introduces new movement options like the high jump, backdash, and dash, adding layers to strategic movement and creating dynamic battles. Screenshots show various fight scenarios, illustrating the vibrant pixel art and the game's interface. This page introduces the lineup of rivals challenging Asuka and Kanako for dominance in the Asuka 120% tournaments. Following the previous coverage of the protagonists, this section profiles 8 of the remaining 11 contenders. The descriptions highlight their diverse backgrounds and fighting styles, ranging from the shy softball player Kyoko Mitarai and rhythmic gymnast Kumi Okubo, to the powerful volleyball player Ryuko Yamazaki and karate expert Torami Hojo. The roster also includes Megumi Suzuki from the cheerleading club, Nana Owada skilled in traditional Japanese dance and martial arts, Kathy Wilde the exchange student pro wrestler, and Shinobu Kawasaki, a street fighter from a rival school seeking revenge. Each profile includes a character portrait, a brief description of their personality and aspirations, and screenshots showcasing their in-game appearance and moves. The page sets the stage for the competition, emphasizing the unique qualities of each participant, vying to become the empress of the Ranjo tournament. This page presents a detailed look at Culdicept, a unique strategic board game title for the Sega Saturn. Described as a new frontier in the genre, Culdicept combines dice-based movement and territory control with deep card battle mechanics. Players, known as Scepters, navigate a map to conquer land, level up properties, and engage in battles using summoned creatures and spells represented by cards. Winning battles or having rivals land on your territory allows you to collect tolls and gain an advantage, with the ultimate goal being to reach a target magical power level to win the game. The title boasts over 300 different types of cards, encouraging strategic deck building and trading. The article showcases the game's diverse cast of rival Scepters and provides glimpses of the gameplay and creature artwork, emphasizing the strategic depth inherent in its blended genre approach. Summary. This page details Culdicept, a strategic Sega Saturn board game integrating map movement, territory conquest, and card battles with over 300 cards. This page provides a detailed preview of the Kindaichi case files for the Sega Saturn, a detective adventure game where the player takes on the role of Kindaichi himself. The game challenges you to construct elaborate tricks and outwit Kindaichi's legendary intellect, implying a unique gameplay mechanic where you plan and execute the crime. The opening scene sets up a story of sadness and mystery, involving a popular idol, Asagiri Takuya, and his manager, who was murdered. Kindaichi is drawn into a revenge plot. The game features a total of 33 characters, including familiar faces like Detective Kenmochi Isamu and Inspector Kengo Akechi, and new characters central to this specific case, such as Tachibana Mariko. Gameplay is described as a sound novel format, combined with a real-time suspense mode. The core process involves 4 steps: gathering information from characters, assessing the situation to identify suspects and refine your plan, preparing for the crime, like obtaining weapons or setting up alibis, while avoiding detection, and finally, executing the meticulously planned trick to avenge the victim, while securing evidence and avoiding witnesses. A unique "check your plan" feature allows you to test the logic of your crime, with Detective Kenmochi appearing if your plan has flaws. Screenshots showcase dialogue scenes, investigative locations, and character portraits, highlighting the game's visual novel style, blended with interactive planning elements. This page provides a detailed report on Dead or Alive, focusing on the progress of the Saturn version. It highlights the development status and promises faithful reproduction of the arcade game's detailed polygon models and smooth motion, particularly mentioning the impressive bust motion. The article then dives into two key characters, Kasumi and Ryu Hayabusa. Kasumi is introduced as a runaway ninja seeking revenge for her brother. Her fighting style is described, emphasizing evasion and punishing opponents without being touched, characteristic of the Mugen Tenshin style. Screenshots show various moves, like throws and airborne attacks. Ryu Hayabusa is presented as a former ninja fighting evil. His story involves avenging a loved one and being drawn back into conflict despite his desire for peace. His section emphasizes powerful throws and offensive holds derived from his Hayabusa style. Screenshots display devastating throws and combo starters. The report suggests the game is progressing well, capturing the essence of the arcade fighter with graphical fidelity and fluid animation, and previews the motivations and techniques of its lead ninja characters. It implies excitement for the game's release, noting that the unique motion and detailed graphics are something rarely seen in fighting games at the time. This page continues the report on Roommate. Ryoko in Summer Vacation, focusing on new gameplay elements and a mystery surrounding the main character. It highlights how random events can occur, sometimes even without directly meeting Ryoko, and how finding her in specific locations within the house, like the living room near the bookshelf or the kitchen entrance, can trigger dialogue events crucial for progression. A notable section is an urgent feature, tackling questions about Ryoko's appearance compared to the previous game, particularly her hair color, which seems to have changed after she went to America. Screenshots show the difference, and a translated conversation between Ryoko and her friend Daisy reveals Ryoko discussing her hair color and hinting at a desire for change and freedom influenced by her time abroad. The page concludes with a brief mention of related merchandise. The next page delves into the world of Photogenic, a simulation game featuring 3 heroines. It highlights interviews with the voice actors who portray these characters. Manami Konishi as Manami Sakurai, Junko Iwao as Izumi Orihara, and Kyoko Sagawara as Aya Hokujo. The voice actors share their impressions of their characters, discussing their personalities and the challenges and joys of bringing them to life. Junko Iwao talks about her character Izumi's reserved nature and the challenge of breaking out of one's shell, while Manami Konishi reflects on capturing Manami Sakurai's energetic yet emotionally complex portrayal during recordings. Kyoko Sagawara discusses her character Aya Hokuju's initially reserved demeanor and how she warms up. The page features photos of the voice actors alongside character art, giving a glimpse into the talent behind the game's heroines and their thoughts on the roles. This page provides a detailed look at the Falcom Classics collection for the Sega Saturn, focusing particularly on the popular YS series. Brief summary. This page highlights the Falcom Classics collection for Saturn, detailing included games, Saturn improvements, fan poll results, and a developer interview. The page dives deep into the Falcom Classics collection, which bundles 3 classic Nihon Falcom titles, Dragon Slayer, Xanadu, and YS. It emphasizes the popularity of YS among the included games. The Saturn versions feature significant graphical enhancements compared to the originals, with completely redrawn backgrounds in the conversation scenes. The page showcases several screenshots from the Saturn port of YS, demonstrating the updated visuals. It also features beautiful, classic illustrations from the original PC versions of YS that were used in manuals and packaging. An interesting section reveals the results of a fan poll on which Falcom games players want ported next, listing the top 5 as YSIN2, YSV, YSIV, The Legend of Heroes, and YS2I. Finally, a developer interview covers the differences between the original and Saturn versions, additional elements like visuals and messages added to YS, the enhanced music arrangements, and hints at future porting decisions being influenced by this fan feedback. The limited edition is mentioned to include a drama CD. The developers seem keen to continue bringing Falcom's library to Saturn based on player interest. This page features a preview of the Sega Saturn title, Ninja Jajamaru-kun, Onigiri Ninpo Chao Gold, the latest installment in the classic Ninja Jajamaru-kun series. This time, the action shifts to 3D graphics and gameplay, promising a significant power-up from previous entries. The game sees Jajamaru-kun, now rendered in polygons, embarking on a mission to rescue Princess Sakura. The report highlights the revamped action, including new movements and ninjutsu techniques used to combat tricky monsters. Stages are designed with various traps and hidden passages, adding complexity to the platforming and combat. Players can utilize ninja techniques gained from scrolls, such as transforming into the powerful Gamma Pacoon, or unleashing elemental attacks like the Water Dragon technique. The preview also showcases unique enemy designs with distinct attack patterns. As a neat bonus, the original 8-bit ninja Jajamaru-kun is included, offering a trip down memory lane. This page features a follow-up report covering 2 distinct Sega Saturn titles. On the left, we get a look at Tsuchipai Adventure, The Throbbing Nightmare. This is a new romance-adventure game, stemming from the popular Bishoujo Janshi Tsuchipai series. Marking a departure from its mahjong roots, the report highlights the game's detailed graphics, featuring numerous character portraits and scenes like those presented in the filmstrip layout, along with isometric environmental shots. The story centers on a mysterious event involving the series' familiar female characters. The right side focuses on Momotaro Dentetsu Happy, the latest entry in the beloved Japanese board game series. This report emphasizes the game's core appeal: the vast array of unpredictable events that can significantly alter the course of play, causing both gains and losses. Various event types are dissected, showcasing screenshots of the game's map and vibrant event illustrations that bring the board game experience to life. These events are crucial to the strategy and chaotic fun of the series. This page gives us a final look at Langrisser IV before its release. It's a simulation RPG set in a fantasy world of light and darkness, picking up 200 years after Langrisser II. The story focuses on Landius and the demon sword Alhazard. The battle system is a significant departure from the previous game, adopting an action order system where units with higher judgment ability act sooner rather than a strict turn-based approach. Commanders and mercenaries are now independent units, offering strategic depth, though mercenaries are limited by the commander's range. Unit affinity, like infantry being strong against cavalry, remains crucial. The game features a robust multi-scenario system where player choices heavily influence the story's path, potentially leading to vastly different outcomes and character development, including a character creation system where initial stats are determined by answering questions. The page also previews the plot progression from scenarios 14 through 16, hinting at a dramatic turn of events as the story moves towards its climax, involving rescues, battles against the Federal Army, and the appearance of mysterious figures like the Mage Fearheart. The focus is clearly on the strategic combat and the branching narrative that defines the series. This page dives into Super Mini 4WD Factory, a simulation game that faithfully brings the world of Bakuso Kyodai, Let's and Go, to life. It's designed for everyone from seasoned Mini 4WD enthusiasts to complete newcomers. The core gameplay revolves around tuning your Mini 4WD machine. You can customize various parts like the body, tires, motors, and gears, with even slight adjustments significantly impacting performance on the track. For beginners, there's a helpful tutorial mode hosted by Dr. Tsuchiya, covering the fundamentals of Mini 4WD assembly and tuning. The game features 2 main modes: race mode and edit mode. In race mode, you'll compete against computer-controlled rivals from the series, starting with qualifying races across different course types like sky, land, and ocean, before moving on to the final battle. Success in races can earn you new parts. Edit mode offers extensive customization, allowing you to build your dream Mini 4WD machine using a wide array of parts, and even design your own racetracks by combining different course sections. You can save your custom creations and race them. It looks like a solid package for fans of the series and Mini 4WD in general, offering both racing action and deep customization. This page features 2 distinct simulation games. On the left is Tenka Seiha, a historical simulation set during Japan's Warring States period, where you play as Tokugawa Ieyasu, aiming to unify the country. The game blends adventure mode for exploring and gathering information with real-time strategic battles where you command your forces. On the right is Gekitotsu Koshien, a baseball simulation focusing on the iconic Japanese high school tournament. It boasts an impressive roster of 4,089 schools and allows players to experience the path to becoming a Koshien champion. The game features detailed controls for batting, pitching, running, and fielding, aiming to replicate the excitement of the tournament. You can even customize your team's uniforms. This page introduces the new mystery adventure game, Nanpao Sokudo appears. You play as criminal psychologist Nanpao Sokudo, analyzing witness testimonies and using criminal profiling techniques, similar to the FBI method, to solve cases by understanding the suspects' minds. The gameplay revolves around watching and replaying videotapes of interrogations and testimonies to gather clues. You are assisted by your students, Junichi and Yoko, who provide hints based on their analysis, and investigator Saburo Kiriyama. The game features practice scenarios and two main cases: the illusionist's mistake, involving a stage magician who boasts of a perfect crime, and the 4 Jewels, a complex locked-room murder case focused on intertwined human relationships and motives. The page showcases clay figure renditions of the characters and screenshots of the game's interface and scenes. This page introduces the horror-adventure game, Kuro no Danshu, the literary fragment. Based on the Cthulhu mythos, this title offers suspense and horror novel-like elements, presenting a remake of a hit PC game with enhanced graphics tailored for the Saturn. Gameplay involves point-and-click investigation across various locations. A key feature is the dynamic viewpoint, switching between the two protagonists, Ryuzaki and Kusagari, to unfold the mystery. Choices made throughout the scenario significantly alter the story progression and character reactions, encouraging multiple playthroughs. The narrative kicks off with a family murder in a seemingly ordinary mansion, quickly escalating into a series of bizarre serial killings. The investigation leads the protagonists across the globe to America in pursuit of the true culprit, while also delving into Ryuzaki's lost memories. Key locations explored include the initial mansion, the mysterious half-acre inn, a church, a library, and culminates in a dungeon-like underground corridor for the climax. The page highlights the complex human relationships intertwined with the case. Character profiles showcase the two protagonists: Ryuzaki Akira, a former analyst candidate with mysterious memory loss, and Kusagari, a private detective also haunted by past trauma and memory issues. Their combined perspectives are crucial to uncovering the truth. This page showcases 2 adventure games based on popular anime series. First up is Pretty Sammy, a gag-filled comedic original story set in the magical girl Pretty Sammy universe. It's described as an adventure game with media mix development, featuring familiar characters plus new ones, all rendered in the anime's unique style. The game includes animated opening and transformation sequences, branching story paths based on choices, and even battle segments integrated into the narrative. The battles involve unique mechanics, like a body measurement sequence before a bomb detonates, adding to the game's quirky humor. Next we have Bakuretsu Hunter R, an adventure game with an RPG feel based on the Sorcerer Hunters manga and anime. The gameplay progresses like a PRG, with players exploring a field map and talking to characters. Combat against enemies, including bosses, is conducted through command-based battles. A major highlight is the inclusion of numerous beautiful anime cutscenes throughout the game, specifically created for this title, enhancing the comedy, action, and emotional moments for fans. The game also includes bonus minigames, unlockable after clearing the main story. This page presents 2 distinct software titles. First up is Voice Fantasia S, a fantasy adventure game that puts a heavy emphasis on its voice cast, featuring both anime voice actors and real-life idols who actually appear in the game. The story involves the main character journeying to rescue voice actors who have been trapped in the game world, blending RPG-like progression with gathering information in towns, navigating events, and engaging in battles using a unique voice power system. The game showcases changing anime and real-life character appearances depending on the time of day, adding a dynamic element to the visuals. Alongside that is Go2i Professional, a comprehensive Go simulation software. This title highlights its strong AI, developed in the UK, offering a challenging opponent for players of all skill levels. It features a wide range of difficulty settings, from beginner-friendly to expert, and provides various visual customizations for the board and stones. Players can also utilize features like game replays and an in-game advice system to improve their skills. The game aims to provide a serious Go experience that even beginners can enjoy and learn from. This page showcases Mega Man X4, a prominent action title celebrating the series' 10th anniversary, offering 2 unique scenarios centered around its dual protagonists. Players can take control of either X or Zero, each experiencing a distinct story as they work to prevent a massive coup and uncover a plot involving betrayal. The game features a classic 8-stage structure where players can freely choose their destination to confront the Mavericks leaders responsible for the unrest. X maintains his traditional long-range combat style using his versatile X-Buster, while Zero relies on powerful close-quarters attacks with his Z-Saber. The narrative unfolds differently depending on the chosen character, offering unique cutscenes and perspectives on the events. Highlights include the return of deployable ride armors to boost combat power, and the diverse environments across the 8 stages, each guarded by a formidable boss like Web Spider, Jet Stingray, Cyber Peacock, Split Mushroom, Storm Owl, Magma Dragoon, Frost Walrus, and Slash Beast Leo. It's presented as a solid, character-driven action experience with replay value. This page presents a comprehensive look at upcoming Saturn software impressions, focusing on titles releasing between July 31st and August 8th. The feature highlights 5 distinct adventure games, emphasizing their varied styles and stories, designed to appeal to a wide range of player tastes. Featured games include Voice Fantasia, Lost Voice Power, an RPG adventure notable for its voice acting, though some reviewers felt the story pacing was weak and the voice implementation inconsistent. Nampo Hakudu Tuju, an adventure game praised for its engaging narrative and character profiling mechanics used to solve mysteries. Bakuretsu Hunter R, based on the Sorcerer Hunter's anime, is an adventure game where reviewers enjoyed the scenario and character interactions, although opinions were mixed on the visual presentation. Finally, Langrisser IV, a strategic simulation RPG, is highlighted for its tactical depth and large-scale battles, building upon the series' strong foundation, though some felt the difficulty was high and pacing could be slow. Reviewers offer individual scores and brief comments on each title, providing potential buyers with insights into the strengths and weaknesses of these new Saturn releases. This page continues the Saturn Software Impressions feature, covering several diverse titles. You'll find reviews for the suspenseful adventure game The Literary Fragment, praised for its dark atmosphere and story, though some found it frustrating. The horror sound novel, Hayaku Monogatari, Kaidan Romance is highlighted for its unique presentation and unsettling tales, despite minimal gameplay. Action reigns with Marvel Superheroes, a fighting game lauded for its classic Capcom feel and inclusion of iconic Marvel characters, though its system was noted as complex. Mega Man X4 delivers solid action platforming, celebrating the series' anniversary with tight gameplay and enjoyable stages. The page also looks at the anime-based adventure game Magical Girl Pretty Sammy, found to be entertaining and humorous for fans, and the simulation title Full Cowl Mini 4WD Super Factory, where the focus is on customizing and racing Mini 4WD cars, appealing strongly to hobbyists. Reviewers offer varied opinions, leading to moderate average scores across most titles, ranging from 6.2 to 7.2. Providing a snapshot of what players could expect upon release. This page reviews recent Saturn software. Tenka Hakken, a historical Japanese family simulation, offers detailed strategy but simple battles. Geki Koshien, a high school baseball game, captures the atmosphere well, despite basic graphics. Tokimeki Memorial Taisen, Tokadama, a puzzle game, leverages popular characters for appeal. Lifescape 2, Body Bionics combines education and action, with a strong database but underdeveloped action. Terra Cresta 3D's 3D remake of a classic shooter falls short of the original's impact. Finally, Go 2i Professional provides a well-rounded Go simulation for all skill levels. The next page prominently features Night Ruth, Explanation of the Paranormal, a supernatural adventure game for the Sega Saturn. The artwork depicts a schoolgirl against a background of arcane symbols and electrical energy. The game's premise involves 5 high school students encountering strange incidents, where they must save sad hearts corrupted by darkness, hinting at a blend of mystery and emotional depth. The page also shows a few screenshots, giving a glimpse of the game's visual style and characters. The game features a notable cast of voice actors, and was released in late July. Elsewhere on the page, there's a look at Sega Saturn Music School, a utility software allowing users to create and perform music using a MIDI keyboard. It's presented as a handy tool for aspiring digital musicians. Additionally, the page highlights Lupin the Third Chronicle, described as an essential database for fans of the popular anime series, containing detailed information about the TV shows, movies, characters, and items. Finally, a reviewer roundtable titled Impression features various contributors discussing their thoughts on several games. They praise the Lupin 2i database as satisfying for fans, and offer opinions on the scenario tempo of Langrisser IV. This page features updates on 2 popular titles from Elf Corporation, the Kakusei Poster Dream project, and the Windows 95 version of Dukusei 2. The live UP to Elf Session 17 Extends section kicks off the coverage, announcing follow-up reports on these games across 2 pages, including comments from Mr. Kadokai, who likely worked on the art. The main focus is the completion of the Kakusei Poster Dream project, showcasing several of the promised poster designs. These posters feature various characters from the game, each with a short comment attributed to Mr. Kadokai, offering insights into the design choices, such as Mizuho Yuki in a pink swimsuit and Minagawa Kana with a gentle image. There are 7 posters shown, numbered 1 through 7, including designs for Yuki Mizuho, Minagawa Kana, Mochida Mayuko, Nanri Ai and Ijima Mikiko, Kamiyama Miko, Kashiwagi Miko and Tina, and Yagami Kazumi. Additionally, the page previews the Windows 95 version of Dukusei 2, highlighting that it has been reborn in 256 colors, promising much cleaner visuals. Several screenshots are displayed, showing enhanced character sprites and detailed backgrounds, such as characters relaxing and outdoor scenes. The text mentions that most messages will be voiced in the Windows 95 version, including scenes like the one shown with Kumi. A small section discusses the fate of present postcards received, indicating they are forwarded to ELF to reflect reader opinions in future works. Finally, there is an announcement of winners for a signing gift related to Mr. Kadokai. The next page is all about the Virtua Fighter 3 Battle Koshien Final Tournament, highlighting the competitors who have qualified for the national event. Main headlines announce that the participants have been decided, and the open class battles are about to begin. There's a detailed report on the intense Tokyo Regional Tournament, described as a super fierce battle zone, where skilled players emerged victorious in challenging conditions. The article suggests that the winner of this tough region has a high chance of winning the national tournament. The page also features a ladies class report, noting the high skill level and intense fights. It showcases the winner, Yuzuko Aoi, who plays as Aoi. In the open class section, the article discusses the tournament bracket and highlights the top 4 players from the Tokyo Regional who have earned a spot in the national finals. Pictures and brief comments are included for these top contenders. The winner, Sagaru, playing Wolf, the runner-up, Masutado Hisijitsu, playing Jackie, the third-place player, Pisan Akira, playing Akira, and the fourth-place player, Odoku Jiru, playing Aoi. There are lists showing participants from various regions across Japan who have qualified. Finally, the page announces the date and location for the national tournament finals. July 27th at Tokyo, take Shiba Pier Hall. The concluding phrase declares, "The real battle begins now." The next page is a strategy guide for the arcade game The Lost World, Jurassic Park, which runs on Sega's advanced Model 3 hardware. The article details how to navigate and survive Stage 1, highlighting that simple rapid fire isn't effective, and emphasizing the importance of tactical snipe and trick shots to overcome the dinosaur threats. The guide breaks Stage 1 down into 4 key points, A through D, providing specific strategies for each section using screenshots and a map. It covers encounters with various dinosaurs, including raptors, Triceratops, Stegosaurus, and the intimidating State Rex boss at the end of the stage. There's also a look at the different weapon power-ups available, and a note on the cooperative 2-player mode, especially during the boss fight. The overall tone suggests a challenging but rewarding experience, requiring precise shooting and tactical thinking. This page dives into the secrets of Top Skater, revealing character design documents and hidden gameplay elements. It offers an in-depth look at Kenta, a fan-favorite character, showcasing different design drafts and shedding light on his background and personality, even speculating on the contents of his backpack. Excitingly, the page also reveals hidden techniques, specifically how to unlock kids' versions of the characters by inputting certain commands. Screenshots demonstrate these smaller, chibi-like characters, adding a fun, quirky element to the game. Furthermore, it announces a significant nationwide event, the Skaters Session First Annual Border Cross Carnival 1997, sponsored by Levi's. The article details the event, featuring an illustration of the poster, and mentioning sponsored character outfits available in the game, highlighting the blend of skateboarding culture and fashion. There's also a small section inviting fans to submit postcards for a chance to win merchandise. Please provide the text you would like me to summarize. The next page dives into the Coming Soon section, showcasing 3 upcoming titles for the Saturn. First up is Zeldo R. Schilt, a simulation RPG set in a medieval world focusing on mercenaries. The game features a protagonist leading his own merc company, navigating political intrigue across 6 nations. A key highlight is its combat system, which utilizes 2 distinct modes, tactical group battles and one-on-one duels for key characters. The screenshots reveal a top-down perspective for group strategy and more detailed views for duels. Next, we see Tilk, the Girl Who Came from the Blue Sea, another simulation RPG. This title centers around a young boy named Beery on an adventure across the small Tilk Islands. It blends RPG elements with animation-style event scenes. And, intriguingly, the ending is influenced by collectible memories items found throughout the game. It looks like a charming, heartfelt adventure. Finally, there's Refrain Love, I Want to See You, a love simulation game based on a PlayStation title. It tells the story of 7 students, 4 male, 3 female, over a 6-month period. The Saturn version promises to add new, exclusive event scenes and artwork, offering a compelling reason for fans to experience this port. The visuals showcase the anime art style typical of the genre. This page continues the coming soon lineup with 4 diverse titles. First up is Tactical Fighter, a simulation game where you train a girl named Hitomi in various martial arts to win a major tournament, boasting over 30 different endings based on your choices and training. The page highlights the detailed training schedules you manage and the beautiful graphics used for special event scenes, making it look like a deep character-building experience mixed with fighting. Next is AER, MJ the Mystery Hospital, an adventure game that throws you into a terrifying situation. You play as Hazim, trapped with companions in a hospital after a mysterious explosion, needing to use your senses to find clues and escape while facing unseen threats. The concept of using 5 senses for interaction sounds pretty unique. We then see Mori Motonari Chikai no Sanya, a historical simulation RPG covering 3 generations of the Mori clan during Japan's tumultuous Sengoku period. It promises grand strategy gameplay, focusing on historical events and battles, brought to life with strategic maps, character portraits, and apparently impressive movie cutscenes depicting key moments. Finally, based on the popular manga, Kochira Katsushikaku Kamieri Kuenmai Hashutsujo Nakagawa Landai Race appears to be a lively party board game featuring the beloved characters from the series. It includes special character abilities and mini-games, looking like a fun, lighthearted multiplayer experience. This page continues the coming soon previews, showcasing a mix of simulation, action, and strategic titles. First up is Transport Tycoon, a deep simulation where you build and manage a vast transportation network covering road, rail, sea, and air to move goods and people, aiming to become the ultimate industry magnate while competing with rival companies. Next, you'll find Soviet Strike, a thrilling helicopter action game set in the post-Soviet era. You pilot a Super Apache helicopter, tackling missions across various landscapes, from Crimea to Moscow, using powerful weapons and strategy to achieve objectives. Then there's Tactics Formula, a strategic board game based on Formula One racing. It focuses on the tactical aspects of racing, where players manage resources, choose the best lines, and react to events like accidents, offering a different take on the F1 experience. And finally, Digital Pinball, Last Gladiators Ver 9.7, an updated version of the pinball simulation that boasts realistic graphics and physics, offering various tables and scoring challenges for pinball enthusiasts. There's also a small section on recent trends, highlighting titles like Uten Carmen no Natso, an adventure game with ties to Waseda University researchers focused on ancient Egypt, and database software related to the popular Sakura Teisen series, featuring minigames and character interactions. This page provides a look at the current development status of various highly anticipated Sega Saturn titles. It's a latest status report, offering insights into games expected soon. Among the previews are major sequels like Sakura Wars 2, Thou Shalt Not Die, continuing the dramatic adventure series, and Lunar 2, Eternal Blue, promising another epic RPG journey. Fans of simulation games can look forward to titles like Sentimental Graffiti and Roommate Shizuka in summer vacation. The page also highlights a strong lineup of fighting games, including crossover hits like X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, along with Darkstalkers 3, Vampire Savior, and the unique All Japan Pro Wrestling featuring Virtua, bringing Virtua Fighter characters into the ring. Role-playing game enthusiasts have plenty to anticipate, with titles such as the critically acclaimed Grandia, the atmospheric Devil Summoner, Soul Hackers, the unique Princess Crown, and the intriguing Yuno, a girl who chants love at the edge of the world. Each entry includes a small image, information on genre and status, and a percentage indicating progress or anticipation, giving readers a snapshot of what's coming down the pipeline for the Saturn. The next page unveils the essential Sega Saturn new production sale calendar, providing a clear view of upcoming software releases starting from July and extending to titles with release dates yet to be determined. This is the definitive guide for Saturn enthusiasts looking ahead. The calendar features an impressive array of games, highlighting the diverse genres supported on the console. Anticipated blockbusters span major RPGs like Grandia and Panzer Dragoon Saga, top-tier fighting games including X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, and sequels to popular action and platforming series such as Resident Evil and Mega Man X4. Simulation games and unique Japanese market releases also feature prominently, demonstrating the depth of the Saturn's lineup. The sheer number of titles confirms the vibrant state of Saturn development. A small key is provided to help readers understand the entries, distinguishing between newly announced games and those with title changes. This page dives into issue number 16, teasing the upcoming releases for the busy August period, and highlighting new titles and special features, specifically mentioning games like Uno and Sentimental Graffiti. There's a standard game index providing a navigation guide to various titles covered within the magazine. The main feature on the right is a deep dive into the snowboarding game, Steep Slope Sliders. Numerous screenshots showcase impressive tricks, diverse mountain environments, and even some unique elements like animals and vehicles in the background. The description highlights the game's focus on trick-based gameplay, different course types, a real-time day/night system affecting the environment, multiple playable characters, and a comprehensive replay mode. The game is set for release on October 23rd. At the bottom, there's an announcement for the release of the Deluxe Saturn Fan Volume 1 Special Issue. This page is a massive advertisement, announcing the free distribution of the Grandia Prelude demo version on July 27th. It boldly declares the start of an RPG revolution with Grandia, hyping it as the most talked about RPG of the year that players can experience for free before release. The page features striking artwork of the main characters and several screenshots showcasing the game's visual prowess. It highlights key features, describing the game as a cinematic RPG with an overwhelming sense of realism from its CG movies, the depth of its scenes achieved through newly developed 3D real-time CG, making exploration realistic and fun, and a unique ultimate action battle system, promising tactical battles more engaging than fighting games. A significant portion of the page lists the numerous stores across Japan where the limited demo would be distributed. It also briefly mentions the Tokyo Game Show 97 Autumn event. The advertisement is presented by developer Game Arts and publishers especially,